Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's any other thing... Hello, my name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now, if you'd like to see me for a vocal session and explore your voice a little bit more, then you can find me on www.sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook, and I will put my links in the description for you. So today we're going to be listening to a singer that holds a very special place in my heart. His name is Matt Corby and he is from Australia. I first heard Matt Corby when some Australian colleagues of mine let me hear the song Brother, and it absolutely blew me away. It was a live version that I heard as well. His voice is just incredible. It's got so many textures to it. It goes into these lovely kind of head spaces. It's got really deep, rich tone. There's loads of fry on it. It's just incredible. Really, really, really good. So I thought we could have a wee listen to one of his songs today. This is a song called All Fired Up. It's quite a stripped back number and it's a live version he's doing outside on a piano. I've heard this live. Actually, I went to see him last year and it was just beautiful. Like, incredible. A lovely wee moment. I remember sitting with my head against the wall and just it took me places. Anyway, so we're going to listen to a wee bit of Matt Corby, and I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. Mr. Matt Corby, fill my ears with your lovely sound. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to listen to All Fired Up by Matt Corby. Starts off with some lovely piano playing. He's just very, very skilled at whatever it is he picks up. It's incredible. I love how kind of open this sound is. You can hear the birds in the background and you can hear the kind of the wind. It's just, it absolutely adds to this performance. There's something very Bonnie Raitt about this as well, like I Can't Make You Love Me. It gives me that kind of feeling.
We could try to put out a light that's been on so long.
Such a nice
I
tone.
never missed you until I know I won't be coming home. But I'm always coming home.
Right, okay, so we'll stop there. Already I am just completely drawn in by this. I think this reaction video might just be me just sitting like or just like in a trance. His voice is just so compelling, it just draws you in. You cannot help but listen to everything that he's doing. So taking that first part there, he works absolutely all of his range, sometimes in one phrase. He has a lovely breathy sound when he wants it. So the we could try, and he always like draws it as far as he can. We could try to put out a light that's been on so long. And you see from there he kind of dips down into his kind of lower register, but it's still got that airiness, and he uses the whole phrase to connect it so it doesn't seem like it's disjointed. It almost scoops down. To put out a light that's been on so long. It's so subtle that you almost don't really notice how big a drop that is. Light long, in one phrase. To put out a light that's been on so long. It's quite a jump, but because he does it so smoothly, through that phrase and he does that scoop down, you almost feel like it's seamless. Then the end of that phrase, the home, he holds that home and adds heavy vibrato to it. So it just kind of carries that right into the chorus. So it's, but I'm always coming home. Seems to go on forever. The way that this man uses his voice, you know, he just pushes it to the very corners. Absolutely everything is used. We'll continue listening because I could go on and on and on about his voice, but we'll just have a listen. I love those birds in the background. It just adds such a lovely thing to it.
When you fall, I fall. When you break, I break. You got me on fire.
So nice.
I got my hands tied up. I wanna know what gets you on fire. You got me on fire.
Right. Oh my god. Where to start with that? Yes, so the end of that phrase, he just drops kind of almost into vibrato with no note on it. Yeah, he almost just lets the phrase turn into air at the end. And we spoke a little bit about that in the Billie Eilish video, how she just lets some of her phrases just drop off into air. He does the same thing. So it's, you got me all fired up. Just turned into air. His head voice is absolutely beautiful and it's so easy on the ears as well, and it doesn't sound too nasal. It's just absolutely beautiful. The phrase, when you fall, I fall. When you break, I break. So just eked out really, really gently. It just sets the whole song up to just be the most relaxing tune ever. Lots of lovely kind of vibrato on it to finish the phrases off. He's just incredibly talented. It's moments like that where a singer doesn't give it absolutely everything, they just give it the perfect kind of balance of to fit with the song. I mean, he takes it in different places as the song goes on, so we'll listen to that, but for that moment, especially when it's just keys and voice, it's so important to understand the music as a whole and to kind of, you know, add into it and feed into it rather than try and kind of overpower it. He has got this balance down absolutely perfectly. There's so much in that tiny little part of the song. He adds so much into his vocals that it's kind of hard to keep up. There's so many textures, there's loads of vibrato, there's breathiness and airiness and a high kind of head voice, and there's so much going on. He's so good. He also adds a little bit of fry in to the lower ends of his phrases. So, you got me all fired up. And what that does is it just adds another wee texture, and it gives the phrase somewhere to go from, like a nice kind of hard place. You, and then you can draw that up into the air. You got me all fired up. I got my hands tied up. From starting on that kind of fry, it adds this kind of hardness, and then that turning into that soft breathiness is such a nice change. and that it just kind of allows the rest of that phrase to kind of float around. He also does loads of little runs that add into the phrase, and he doesn't do that in the recorded version, I don't think, apart from the when you fall, I fall, which is basically just like a drop. But he does it in a way that makes it sound quite technical, but it's not really, it's just 4 notes, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 notes. And a little tip, if you do hear a little run like that and it's thrown you off and you think, I can't get it, what to do is slow it right down. So for you know it's 5 notes, so it's and what you need to do is just go round that a whole bunch of times really slowly. So and then you slowly speed it up, and then you just find where that kind of cut, he puts a little weird cut in there so it drops in a peculiar way. So it's when you fall, I fall. So if you find any kind of run at all that's giving you grief, slow it right down, start slow, build up the speed, and it should start to come a little bit easier. Your muscle memory will kind of help you along with that. You can also slow videos down on YouTube. I don't know if you know that, but you can select to play it at half speed or whatever. So if there's a note in there and you're like, I can't find that note, slow it right down in the actual video and you'll hear each individual note. One thing that does not help with though is anything that's done by Avery Wilson, because the man is an alien and I have no idea. I've slowed his runs down and I'm still like, meh. The man is crazy with runs. Anyway, let's keep going.
We could drive so far out of the smoke that we've been breathing for so long.
Listen to that.
I never miss you until you won't be coming home. So tell me that you're
that was
coming
lovely.
home.
Oh. So he connected those two phrases together just by letting his extended note just swoop into the other one. Let's see what he did there. So tell me that you're coming home. And then that goes right into the you got me, back into his fry kind of place. Such a lovely kind of way to do it. It's extended it more than you thought it was going to go, and then more again. There's many reasons that he could be doing that really long extension of a note. I think that it's probably because the music itself is quite sparse, because it's just basic piano and voice. So he's doing everything that he can vocally to keep the interest up, to add little kind of different flavors and textures, and he's absolutely smashing it. So let's keep listening.
You got me on fire. I got my hands tied up. Oh, I wanna know what gets you on fire. So try a little harder. You can't let it destroy you.
Now, that might be the only bit where he's maybe giving it just a little bit too much air. It still sounds absolutely banging, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's try a little harder, you can't let it destroy you. It sounded like it was just a wee bit too much air pushed through it, so it sounded just shy of the note almost. So try a little harder. See that kind of thing? There's a wee bit of that. You can't let it destroy you. What he could have done is, and he does it in the studio version, is it's just lifted a little bit higher, a wee bit brighter, a tiny touch less air. So try a little harder. You can't let it destroy you. And it just brings it back to a place that's a wee bit more manageable with pitch, and it also just sounds a little bit more pronounced. Other than that, it sounded fantastic. So we'll just let this keep going.
Don't regret the things that made you strong.
I love that chord. I love that chord.
You got me all fired up. I got my hands tied up. Oh, I wanna know what gets you on fire. Oh, I wanna know.
And he's gonna bring the whole thing up now. He's giving it more, so he doesn't need to be that close.
When you break, I break.
That mic's obviously designed to pick up everything, so that's why he's staying away from it.
When you crawl, I crawl.
This little tiny wee bit there, crawl, this is done by a lot of singers. You break the word and add in an H sound to it. It just kind of gives it that little bit of emotional weight. So rather than when you crawl, you went when you crawl. You add that extra H on to that sound just to kind of push it. So it breaks the phrase, and then you get to do an extra punch on top of it. It just gives it that little bit of extra oomph. Crawl.
When you hurt, I hurt.
And then to finish, he's brought it all the way back down to that lovely whisper. Oh. Wow. So that was Matt Corby doing All Fired Up live. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. This man has just got an incredible voice. If you have been sleeping on him, wake up. Because this is just one of the greatest voices I think I've heard in a long time. He has just got this absolute innate ability to draw you in, kind of make you completely understand the story of the song that he is singing, and then he always kind of takes these songs and adds all these little dynamic things on that aren't expected, so they kind of catch your ear by surprise, and you're like, right, wow. That's Matt Corby in a nutshell. He just really knows his voice. He knows his way around his own voice, and he's not afraid to use all of these tiny little aspects, like from such a beautiful kind of breathy middle tone, we could try, to his beautiful, really nice sharp head voice, when you fall, I fall, into his little runs. And then he has this lovely fry at the bottom. You got me all fired up. And then he's got that big kind of scream as well, which I'm not going to do because I'm in a flat with neighbours. And they'll probably come down and give me an absolute telling, so I'm not going to try that. I chose Matt Corby because I think he is just one of the best singers around at the moment, and I think that everybody needs to hear him. I tell everyone I meet to listen to this guy. I just think his voice is so special. So I'm really happy to be able to share this with you. Hopefully you enjoy his voice as much as I did. If you don't, let me know in the comments, but let me know why, and we can kind of have a wee vocal discussion about it. I'd be really keen to hear if there's aspects that I love about a voice that other people really, really don't. I think, you know, singing and vocals and music in general is just really, it's a subjective thing, and you know, one man's steak is another man's hamburger is another man's something that's worse than a hamburger. Anyway folks, if you've got other artists or other songs that you'd like me to listen to and have a little reaction to, then let me know. You can either drop them in the comments, or you can get in touch with me via my Instagram or my Facebook, and I'll take a wee listen to them and let you know what I think. So folks, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a like and a little subscribe so you can get some more content of the same kind of ilk. And I suppose all that's left for me to say is bye.